Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Shadesha Green was back this weekend. Now, if you didn't see her, this is her. Did a really good job in her commentating role for the MVP card. She looked like a natural, man. She's always been well-spoken, but I don't think that's a compliment to tell someone they're well-spoken because it almost is like you expect them to sound dumb. I never like hearing that said about me, so I'm not going to say it about her. But what I am going to tell you is she her being a commentator came naturally because she is a very intelligent woman, and hey, she was a champion. But the thing is, Shadesha is planning to return to the sport of boxing. When? I don't know. So for the people who are out here saying, "Oh well, Shadesha's going to be fighting here in the next couple months and this and that," don't believe all that bull crap. You know what I'm saying? That's not true. The reality is Shadesha takes her life and career serious. Last time we saw Shadesha Green, Shadesha was going through this right here with Lanai Daniels. Now, as you watch this, right, you see Shadesha's getting hit. She took a lot of shots. The right hand was getting there all night. But Shadesha right here, I don't know if you can see her. Watch her grimacing, right? Watch. They're going to come back to her. They're going to show her going on a stool. But watch her face as she's grimacing. All right? Here it is right here. Watch her face. Watch her face. You see right there? You see that? Did you see that? She's grimacing. Watch it right here. Right there. Right there. She was grimacing in pain. So there's something that obviously was going on with him, of course the brain bleed, but I have my own opinions on what possibly could have been going on. I think there may have been a little bit more going on maybe before the fight. With these boxers, man, sometimes they'll have injuries or different things will show up, man, that they weren't aware of. And it's not that they could have gotten in front of it because they had no idea. You know what I mean? But when I watched that performance to see Shadesha, man, start off really good and just start to kind of taper off, man, and get hit with a lot of shots that we're not used to seeing her get hit with. I ain't gonna lie, that was a little shocking for me. And then for her to come out, and make the statement and just thanking the fans for their support. And she said she suffered some injuries, in those final rounds, and she let everybody know that she was just recovering, and she wants to come back better than ever. And she appreciates the love. Well, I'm gonna tell you, word on the street is she is gonna come back. She is gonna come back. But I just want to make it abundantly clear, as far as when, I don't know. We're in August, September, October, November, December. Maybe it could happen before the end of the year, but maybe not. I know with Shadesha, man, recovering from that brain bleed was emotionally draining because you think about this is what you love doing. This is the way that you make your money. This is your profession, and just the whole possibility of it being taken from you. Now, if you ask Hood Champion, what do you think Shadesha should do? Do what you want. I'm going to support you. Now, would I be concerned about Shadesha? Of course. You know what I'm saying? She had a brain bleed. And then they get back in the ring and get hit some more. And then they got the sparring and stuff that leads up. I mean, it ain't even just about the fight. It's the sparring, man. You know what I mean? Sparring is brutal. Every fighter will tell you. It's not the fight itself. The fight's easy. It's the camps. It's the training. It's the sparring. You know what I mean? They say the sparring is what takes its toll on you. And the sparring is where a lot of fighters, they lose the fight before they even get into the ring. Because in training camp, and Canelo was known for having the type of sparring where there's going to be a winner and a loser. You know what I mean? They talk a lot about Canelo sparring camps. His sparring camps ain't no joke. And that's why there was a lot of speculation that his training camps were like a war leading into that Crawford fight, and how he peaked in training camp, but he just put himself through hell And when he got in the ring with Crawford, he wasn't able to pull the trigger. He wasn't able to push it and up it, as he got into the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th rounds. And Crawford, who had a more balanced training camp, who doesn't go into sparring looking to get into wars to where someone's going to win and someone's going to lose. No, they're in there to get better. Crawford was able to manage a more, I have a better approach to his training camp and sparring sessions. As a result, Crawford peaked on fight night, which is when you want to peak, and Crawford did the business. But that being said, when it comes to Shadesha, hey man, everybody's going to be worried, and I understand. Even she understands. Is she going to be safe? What happens if she gets hit really hard? I'll tell you this. If something's going to happen to Shadesha, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I could walk out here from my driveway right there to the end, from my house, my doorway to the end of my driveway, and I could get some bozo come to the damn garbage man come down here on his cell phone or drunk and just roll up in my driveway and hit me and kill me. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things we don't have any control over. And when you don't have control over something, shouldn't kill your brain cells on it. And I think Shadesha is a person who's like, look, this is what I want to do. I can't be out here worrying about things I have no control over, because I can sit here and not box and, go out doing something else and something unfortunate can happen. So, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm concerned about it too. You know what I mean? But one thing is for sure, the medical professionals she has working with her, they're top of the line, man. You know what I mean? They're not gonna advise her that, hey, well, they're not gonna give her a green light to return to boxing when they see some things that would tell that she probably shouldn't be doing it. You know what I'm saying? At all. But what I will tell you is there was someone named Vinny Pazienza who was in a horrific car accident, broke his neck, went through a lot of training, and came right back to the sport. We all know about Earl Spence Jr., you know what I'm saying? Horrific car accident, came back, picked up titles, and still did the business. So with Shadesha, man, I just wish her the best of luck, but she will be returning. Now, as far as a possible opponent, I mean, she wants that get back against Lanai Daniels, 100%. And then, of course, she still wants to fight, Claressa, the big mouth, big goat. She want to fight her too. But right now, she's just making sure that she's straight. We saw her doing the commentating this weekend. Looks like, even if she doesn't return to boxing, she's got another career path in commentating because she did a damn good job. And the thing is, she's qualified. The thing about Shadesha that I want to mention, when her up there commentating, she could easily transition into commentating on other sports. Because remember, man, she was a superstar, a basketball superstar from a young lady all the way up through high school, and went to college on a scholarship and won championships and shit. Okay, so she can sit there and commentate on basketball. As far as boxing, she's a world champion, and she can commentate on boxing. And I think you could see Shadesha get really comfortable in a commentating role, and you could see her spread her wings and go elsewhere and commentate, and just really get comfortable because she does a really good job, and she's personable. You know what I'm saying? She's personable, and in addition to that, she got the credentials. You know what I mean? She got a bachelor's. I don't think she has a master's, but nothing for her to go back and do it. But she got a bachelor's degree and everything else. So someone looks at her resume, she's qualified. So Shadesha Green will get the green light. And then I think she'll be out there counting the green. And then she'll be making some good money, man, without having to get in the ring and get punched in the face. So whatever she decides to do, man, I support her and I respect her, man. Because there was one fight that I think really put her on the map. And a lot of people didn't expect her to win. I didn't expect her to win. But she did the business. And that was when she fought Savannah Marshall. And Savannah Marshall is an amazing fighter. And Shadesha got in there and look, against all odds, was able to do the business and win by split decision. So that being said, man, don't believe these rumors you hear about, Shadesha's returning in September. That shit's not true. She does plan on returning, but when, it's unknown. she got to make sure she got to go through a battery of tests, exams. They got to make sure she's good to go, green light, go. It's not this shit about her just sitting there. Oh, I want to come back and come back. She's a very intelligent woman. She's not gonna play with her health. But them doctors, as long as the doctor says she's good to go, she's gonna return. But I tell you right now, boy, this woman boxing is bubbling. Know if y'all saw this fight card this past weekend, they should get herself together and come back. Even if it ain't Claressa Shields, Lanai Daniels, there are opponents out here for her to face. With that being said, man, good luck to Shadesha. I'm glad to see her out here doing the commentating thing. But we're gonna find out when she's coming back. I'm sure when she does, she'll be making an announcement. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.